Welcome back home to Petco Park. So excited to have you all with us today, and we're so excited this Thursday to welcome our loyal, passionate Padres fans back to Petco Park. It's been it will be 553 days since we've last had a Padres fan here for a game, and we couldn't be more excited to have our fans back with us, especially given the excitement around this team and the possibilities of what this team can accomplish this season. We've been hard at work for months getting ready for Thursday. As many of you are aware, because of the state and local COVID protocols, there's going to be a number of new and different things that our fans need to do when they come to the ballpark. So as many of you walked through the front gate and maybe experienced digital ticketing for the first time, everything's going to be digital and contactless when it comes to ticketing. In a moment, we're going to go into the ballpark and show you how all concessions, food and beverage, will be ordered remotely, either delivered to a seat or at a designated pickup location, and all payment is going to be contactless. So our priority remains the health and safety of our fans. We are confident that when we reopen Petco Park on Thursday and welcome our fans back home to Petco Park, it will be one of the safest places for our fans to be in San Diego. We've got some really cool stuff. Like this is Yu Darvish.
Yeah.
This is his jersey with his surname in Japanese on the back,
That's so cool.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
And then we've also got an I love you, which is a play off the spelling of his first name over there.
Oh,
the I love you shirt.
That is.
Yeah. And then obviously last year we became known as Slam
Yeah.
Diego. So yeah. We're very proud of continuing to receive the #1 ballpark in America ranking from USA Today. And that's largely the result of our friendly guest experience staff, the beautiful climate and backdrop of San Diego, and our Taste of San Diego, which has brought in some of the best food and beverage throughout San Diego here into Petco Park. So we are in a seating pod here, and we have seating pods anywhere from 2 to 6 seats, all separated by 6 feet of social distancing. So at 20% capacity, the entire ballpark has this kind of a seating formulation throughout. Obviously, that's the core of the health and safety protocols in the red tier right now. We are hopeful that we'll eventually advance into the orange tier, and when we do, there's an opportunity, once we get more guidance from the state, to be able to actually have more of our fans back with us. So we're hopeful for that, and also the possibility that we could have specific sections of the ballpark where if fans have proof of vaccination or have tested negative within 72 hours prior to the game, that we can actually get up to 67% in those sections. So I think from a public policy perspective, as you mentioned earlier, to be able to continue to encourage that all San Diegans get vaccinated when they have the opportunity to go get vaccinated is the best thing we can do, in addition to masking and social distancing, to get us through this pandemic and get our region moving forward. So you can buy a pod if you're a season ticket member, actually anywhere from 1 seat to 6 seats. 6 seats is the maximum. So we have season ticket members that span anything from 1 seat to 6 seats, sometimes more than 6 seats, and then they'll have to split up into 2 separate pods. So we've trained all of our guest experience staff that'll be present in the ballpark to address any compliance issues where fans are not following any of our protocols, including masking. Obviously, San Diegans are great at following our protocols. I've traveled to some other cities recently, and I'm always encouraged when I come back to San Diego, people look very healthy and happy and wear their masks. So I don't anticipate we're going to have many issues with our fans, but we have trained our staff to address it in an appropriate way. If we do have any kind of an incident that can't be resolved, obviously somebody would then need to leave the ballpark if they're not willing to follow that protocol. So these are the rules. If you're talking to media, you can have your mask off. If 6 feet of social distancing. Otherwise, when you're in the ballpark, you must always wear the face covering unless you are actively eating or drinking in your seats. Absolutely. Well, I hope you can come out with your toddlers, and when we're done focusing the cameras this way, you can actually look out to Gallagher Square, and you can see we've painted in white paint a pod that can hold up to 6 people for seating on the grass. Obviously going to the restroom, circulating around the ballpark, as long as fans 2 years of age and older are masked, they can still circulate through the ballpark. but we do encourage people to spend time in their pod as much as possible, but you'll still have access to circulate through Gallagher Square. TBD, we've had a pretty significant increase in season ticket membership because it does get priority access as capacity increases. So we've had a lot of new members that have placed deposits to ensure that when we do increase capacity, they're going to be able to come watch the Padres play in person. I do think that when we get to the yellow tier for sure, or eventually the green tier, we'll have an opportunity for the general public to buy tickets. Until then, you really need to be a season ticket member. We're still taking deposits. All you have to do is put down a deposit, you get your place in line, and you get the opportunity to get priority access as capacity increases.